Floyd has never been no troublesome child. One like fighting in the streets and stuff. Never, ever.
Like that, people get money, man. Things change.
It was instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old.
I've completely rewritten the transcript with fresh wording, a different sentence structure, and a new narrative flow while preserving the original meaning. Floyd Mayweather's father has publicly spoken out in response to claims suggesting his son was connected to a $42 million fraud and facing bankruptcy. He strongly rejected those allegations, insisting that Floyd has never taken part in illegal or dishonest activities.
Your best memories of this camp?
But you know, to be honest, since Floyd got out of jail, I haven't even seen that kind of act from him.
Yeah.
He's to me, he's sort of like a different person to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think the fact that he got out of jail that kind of like made him wise to things to where he was able to reconnect with you and you guys were able to kind of, reconnect with each other?
Yeah. I think everything came together, man. After that, I think that we mingling better. We understand each other better. We corresponded, and we as you can say, if you look at the fight, it looked like we are.
Throughout his career, Floyd Mayweather has spoken about the unique bond he shares with his father, Floyd Mayweather Sr. He has often remembered his father expressing complete confidence in his future by saying that he would become one of boxing's greatest fighters.
Talk about the most is my father. My dad said someday my son will be one of the best. And I told my dad I will be the best. Not just be one of the best, I will.
Floyd Mayweather speaks openly about the difficult reality of his childhood, offering a deeply personal look at the struggles that shaped him. He explains that his mother battled addiction while his father spent time in prison, forcing him to grow up without the stability most children rely on. As he pursued his boxing dream, he remembers traveling to the Olympic Games without the encouragement or backing he needed. The pressure of everything happening in his life eventually led him to leave school behind.
On drugs, dad going to prison, me just going to the Olympics by myself, 7 of us in a 1-bedroom. I said, you know what? I left school. Within 6 months, I was.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. was instrumental in developing the skills that helped his son become one of boxing's greatest champions. Drawing from his own experience inside the ring, he trained Floyd Mayweather Jr. with a strong emphasis on technical precision, discipline, and smart decision-making. One of the defining elements of his coaching was a defensive approach centered around the shoulder roll, a technique that allows a fighter to slip punches while remaining in position to counterattack. That style became a signature part of Mayweather Jr.'s success, enabling him to control fights while minimizing damage.
How did you get? You already thought about how did you get? Yeah. What else? Throw it again. Where you at?
Jeff Mayweather has often spoken about the remarkable determination he saw in his nephew, Floyd Mayweather Jr., from an early age. He believes that relentless work ethic was carefully developed by Floyd Mayweather Sr., who was committed to preparing his son for success, both inside and outside the boxing ring. From childhood, Floyd Sr. constantly encouraged his son to strive for excellence, building the habits and discipline that would later define his career.
Instilled in him. His dad pushed him. Pushed him on in every way possible. And even when he was a kid, he was like maybe 8 years old, he would be running like 5 miles in the neighborhood, and people thought that he was crazy because they didn't see his father driving a car. They just saw a little kid just running all through the city. And basically, now those same people became fans of his and realized that he wasn't crazy, that, he was on his way to greatness. And that's what happened.
Money and fame usually affects boxers when they make enough of it or when they become famous enough. We've seen numerous cases of high-profile boxers get to a certain level, earn an awful lot of money, become extremely famous, and then their career starts to dip. For Floyd, the money was clearly not the driving factor, even though he's Floyd Money Mayweather, because he would still go to the gym at 3, 4 in the morning. He would still work harder than anyone else. So why did the money, the wealth and the fame not soften his desire to become even better, do you think?
Well, because it was never about money. It was about being the actual best fighter ever to put on a pair of gloves. I mean, when Floyd was 5 or 6 years.
As Floyd Mayweather Jr.'s career reached new heights, neither celebrity status nor financial success changed his approach to the sport. While many athletes become less driven after achieving wealth, Floyd remained committed to the same level of discipline that had carried him from the beginning. Even after becoming known worldwide as Money Mayweather, he continued following demanding training routines, often beginning his workouts before sunrise. His actions consistently showed that chasing greatness mattered more than chasing a paycheck.
I started so young. And everyone in my family, where he's at today, we all expected it. It's not like it just happened. This is what we expected. And so basically, there will be people that anyone within, with an ear's reach, we would tell them, that he's going to be the greatest fighter ever that ever lived. And to this point, I mean, he's proved it. In terms of his numbers and everything else. I mean, of course, when you put in something beyond that's not related to boxing, it's different. But when you talk nothing about boxing, only boxing.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. looks back on how his relationship with his son changed as success entered their lives. He explains that for many years, they shared a strong connection and rarely experienced conflict. According to him, disagreements were almost non-existent during that period, and their bond remained solid.
We had, at one time, we was coming up, we have never had an argument in our life, me and him. Then we had an argument on, what was the name of it? HBO. We was on HBO. Then another time we argued over by the car. I'm saying, man, what is all this about now? I'm just saying, and we never had no argument. All of a sudden, I don't know. I'm just telling you, man. It is what it is. Sometimes, hey, when people it ain't about me training or anything like that. People get money, man. Things change.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. believes that money was a major factor in changing the relationship between him and his son. In his view, financial success has a way of reshaping people's priorities and the way they interact with those closest to them. As wealth grows, he says, attention often shifts away from personal relationships and toward building even greater financial success.
Anything like that, people get money, man. Things change. I don't care whether it's your father, mother, whoever. Father, mother, brother, sister, name it. If sometimes when people get money.
Floyd Mayweather Sr. also pointed to a particular disagreement involving a car, suggesting that it reflected a broader issue tied to unnecessary luxury spending. In his perspective, once significant money entered Floyd Jr.'s life, his mindset began to shift. He felt his son started placing greater importance on building and protecting wealth, rather than maintaining the personal connections that once defined their relationship.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. We all know him, the tremendous, talented boxer, but people don't realize how smart he is in business, especially real estate. He just did a blockbuster deal, forget about it. Upper Manhattan, 1,000 units, consisting of 60 buildings, affordable housing, $402 million purchase price to sell a black spruce management. This is going to be a monster huge deal. Already a very big portion of it already closed. The remaining portion should be closing the beginning of 2025. This is a guy who believes in long-term wealth, generational wealth. He's heavily involved in skyscrapers. Now he's getting very, very big in affordable housing in Upper Manhattan. Tremendous deal. $402 million. Once again, 1,000 units, 60 buildings. Forget about it, Maron. That's what I'm talking about. That's smart. That's generational wealth, in my opinion. Not financial advice, not a financial planner, but very, very impressed. Floyd Mayweather Jr. Not too shabby. V for victory.
Reports later circulated, including coverage attributed to Business Insider, suggesting that Floyd Mayweather's financial activities were not exactly what they appeared to be. Some interpretations framed his ventures less as structured business operations and more as public displays of wealth. At the same time, despite ongoing talk about possible scams or accusations that he was either a victim or connected to questionable dealings, no concrete proof ever confirmed those claims.
There's a flex happening with Floyd Mayweather that we were all cheering and congratulating him from, but we might need to put a pin in that as some evidence comes forward that things may not be how they seem. So a couple weeks back, I talked about it here on the show. Floyd Mayweather said he dropped $402 million on 62 Manhattan rental buildings. But Business Insider went and did the research. They did their Googles, and they said they couldn't find any receipts that this is true. There were no deed transfers, no public records, nothing. They made some phone calls to owners, and they could not find any information regarding this transaction. Floyd has gone on interviews and discussed it. Of course, 50 Cent dropped in with his troll thing and put the interview up and the information about it and said he bought them in his imagination. Same place he read all those Harry Potter books, because 50 gone 50. My question is, does Floyd, was he swindled in some sort of business deal? Was this just because
Joe Rogan has spoken in defense of Floyd Mayweather when discussing the criticism he often receives over his wealth and outspoken personality. He noted that much of the public attention tends to center on Floyd's extravagant lifestyle and confident remarks, while his actual boxing talent is frequently overlooked. That in Rogan's view, many critics focus too heavily on the showmanship and ignore the technical brilliance behind Floyd's performances in the ring.
Talk to people about Floyd Mayweather, they talk all this shit. He does this, he does that, he's got all this money. I go, save all that. Forget about his talking. Watch how that guy fights. He barely gets hit. Yeah. He's been rocked maybe twice in his whole career. Maidana and Sugar Shane Mosley. Those are the only two. Yeah. The only two guys who cracked him. And he wound up winning both those fights. Yeah. He's a masterful boxer. And that's what everybody should emulate. I love the Arturo Gotti, Mickey Ward fights as much as anybody did. But if that was my son, I'd be freaking the f*** out. I'd be like, don't fight like that. It's not worth it. I don't give a f*** how many of these drunken cheer you on. They're not going to be with you when you wake up in the morning. Your head is pounding in your head. When you have a hard time looking at light. When you have to have all the shades closed. When just a little crack of light coming in through the shade is hurting you. It's giving you a headache. They're not going to be there with you when you're old.
I've heard you used to always put it like...
Joe Rogan has repeatedly expressed respect for Floyd Mayweather's consistency, highlighting the discipline and focus that have defined his long career. In his view, Floyd stands apart from many fighters because he has remained committed to a structured routine, even after reaching massive fame and financial success.
Floyd he never lost his discipline. Like, Floyd's discipline was undeniable.
Right. But through that balling nights, I don't think he was doing drugs or drinking. He kept his...
Floyd would famously run home from the nightclub. So he would go out in Vegas, he'd be partying. It looked like he's partying, he's drinking water. And then he would have his driver drive, and with his pants on, jeans on, he would jog home. And the dude was always training.
Joe Rogan has discussed how Floyd Mayweather Jr. evolved from a traditional elite fighter into a more business-driven public figure over time. He described a clear shift in Floyd's identity, moving away from his early pretty boy image and adopting the Money Mayweather persona that focused heavily on financial success and branding.
Went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's crazy.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And that wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more. And until next time, take care.